Here's part 2 of me attacking my husband. I took some self-defense lessons this morning, and I think I can take them. Hey, babe, you want to see what I learned in defense class today? You ready?
Whatever.
What's up, YouTube? Poor Man Podcast back with another video. Give me the HBO special. That's the Help a Brother Out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Let's get right into the video.
Things are hard, but if you use that as an excuse to overeat, then you're never going to lose weight because life gets hard. So at this time, I'm canceling your weight loss surgery.
This is your fault.
I hate you. I hate you for doing this to me, Christian.
Oh, you're costing me my weight loss surgery and you're ruining everything.
Mom, Christian's everything up at the doctor's office.
Imagine being in a country with so much abundance that you can eat yourself into an early grave, and then you can complain that that same country is oppressing you, regardless of how many accommodations that is made for you. Like, just think about how many accommodations are made for big people in the country. The fact that she has a chair that she can sit on right now is crazy. The fact that she can find clothes that size is them some big ass pants. And I'm trying to tell y'all, if you go to China, because I've been to China before, they're not going to have these same accommodations. There's no way they're going to have a chair for you. They just ain't going to be able to fit you. You're responsible for one thing ever. Right? I know a lot of people don't really like accountability, and a lot of people just kind of want to overindulge in their lives, whatever. But if you're accountable for one thing, if one thing isn't society's fault, it has to be what you put in your mouth, man. Like, if there's one thing you're accountable for, it has to be your own body. Like, just look at Christian's face. Christian don't even want to beat her no more. He's tired. He's done. He's done everything he could. He didn't put all his work in. He didn't put all the effort in. The truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter how many times you hold up a sign. It doesn't matter how many times you yell at people. People just aren't going to find it physically attractive. Sure, you can do it. You can overindulge. Sure, you can eat whatever you want. It's your body. Do whatever you want to do. But understand what it's going to cost you. It might cost you some of your health, and it might cost people finding you physically attractive. That's just one of the trade-offs. I like pizza, too.
I hate when niggas try and say they can fly me out. My response is like, nigga, I will fly you out. What are you talking about?
What the fuck you know? Yeah, bro. So there's no flights on there. Don't touch me, please. Please don't touch me.
Okay, so are you going to give me a flight?
No.
Like for you. Are you?
I actually remember that story that happened a few months back. There was a female rapper that was basically saying, oh, I don't ask men to fly me out, I'll fly them out. And then there was a video of her getting caught with a male rapper, and she was basically asking for him to return her home. I think the story is something like he flew her out, she got there, she went through his phone, and when she went through his phone, she found some other girl in the phone, but she ended up calling the police on him. And, you know, in certain cultures, that's a no-no. You can't just be calling the police on people for no reason. And she was basically trying to say that he was assaulting her. And then when the police found out that he wasn't assaulting her, they left. And then she wanted him to fly her home. And he was like, no, you just called the police on me. I'm not flying you home. You got to buy your own flight. And so it's just a little irony because she was just saying literally months before that, oh, I don't fly, guys don't fly me out, I'll fly them out. Kind of that boss babe mentality. And it turns out she didn't have as much money as she was saying she had. But you know, that's just so much of the life that people live nowadays. When I was down in San Diego, I was training with the Olympic national team at the Olympic Training Center in Chula Vista. And when they have whole studios where people will go and it looks like a private jet for their Instagram pictures, right? So people will go with like 15 outfits and they'll switch their outfits to make it look like they're on private jets and fake this whole lifestyle. And trust me, a lot of the women that y'all see on Instagram that you think have a huge following that's making all this money, they're not really making the money that you might think that they're making. A lot of those women actually go into prostitution. A lot of those women are selling themselves on certain websites, whether that be OnlyFans or Backpage, or just selling themselves straight to Saudi Arabian princes that want to take dumps on them. I know that sounds crazy, but it's a real thing. So that's the life that a lot of that is. And there's a lot of smoke and mirrors and flashing lights, and people think, oh, this person's just this boss girl and she's traveling the world. And sometimes it just isn't that way. But there's a lot of guys like that too. There's a lot of guys that'll rent cars and take pictures and try to make it seem like they're living this lifestyle. They'll save up like $10,000 and get it in all 20s or something to make it look like they got a huge stack of money. And that's just part of it.
For you. Are you on the market? Are you dating?
I am on the market.
Okay.
You know, what I'm looking for.
Do you know what you're looking for?
Yes.
Or you wait? Oh, you do. That's, by the way, you're ahead of the curve.
Like, I think
some people just wait to see.
Yeah, I think one, I want the guy to be more into me than I'm into him because I am a mushy person.
You are smart.
Yes, I'm so mushy. So like I don't want to be the one who's more into you.
Yeah.
Because it's just not gonna work.
But it wouldn't get on your nerves if he's too into you and you're like,
Okay, I'll be honest. I
Yeah.
want him to be just as affectionate as me.
okay.
Oh, my
But
goodness.
if I call you, don't pick up all the time.
Got it.
Sometimes I'm gonna be left wondering, what's he doing?
Got it.
Because that's
Not too
kind of
much,
because
though.
it's like if you on your shit and you working hard, you're not always worried about me, and for some reason that's kind of hot because it's like you working on you.
So that's a green flag.
Yeah,
Okay.
just a little bit.
Okay, green flag
Always
is
pay attention, but don't pick up every time I call.
green flag.
Yeah.
She actually thought she was making sense that whole time. And that's why I tell dudes, make sure you on your own priority. Make sure you got your own prerogatives because women don't like for you to be as attentive as you may believe. A lot of women do not want a man that's too attentive. They believe that that means that you ain't got nothing else that you need to be paying attention to. Every man that's important is quite often busy, and it's almost like women understand that innately. And it's crazy because women have a lot of contradictions sometimes in their dating life. Like they'll act like they want to be this free, liberated woman, but the truth of the matter is a lot of women like boundaries. They'll test you to make sure that you give them boundaries for sure. They'll ask, can I put this on? Can I wear this out? Or can I do this or that? And if you don't stand on your square and set your boundaries, oh, they're going to continue to disrespect you. So it's this weird game because once they can disrespect you, don't no woman want a man that they can walk over, right? Like women will act like they want a man that's attentive all the time. But like she just said in that clip, if you're overly attentive, women will see that as a turnoff because it shows that you don't have other priorities in your life. That's why I always tell dudes, hey, build your own ship, have a direction in which you want to go. And if a woman wants to join your life, allow her to do so. But you're still the captain of that ship and make sure that you're going in the same direction regardless of anybody that's trying to sway you. If there's one thing women like about a man, it's a man that knows what he wants.
Well, feminism by default is sort of the idea to make decisions for yourself and what fuels you, and telling a woman she should do something is actually anti-feminist. So,
Facts.
because we're told all the time from so many people what we should be, how we should act, how we should address, how we should communicate. So the question in itself goes against what I believe as a feminist anyway.
I think the problem with what some people think feminism is that you have to bring people down in order to raise people up, but you don't have to do that. Like, you can raise women up to be in positions of power without pushing men down.
I believe the world would be better if it were run by women. 3, 2, 1.
How is that any different than saying I believe that the world would be better if it were run by men? Like, if we're going to say that on this token, we get that on that token, that's not even balanced at all.
Right. I think what my thought process is in the current state that we're in right now, then I think that it would be once we get to the place where we are able to raise our children the same way, and like women aren't afraid to like go outside, and like guys don't have like toxic masculinity, then it's like anybody can run the country, and like it's all going to be the same because we're all raised the same. But I think for right now in the place that we're in, I think women have a better understanding of that.
But I think it's hard because when you have little boys that are growing up that are just not even accountable, or nor should they be, for things that men, their fathers might have done, or their grandfathers, and then saying like women should be running the world. It's the same thing where how is that different than in the 1950s, 7-year-old little girls were told men should be in positions of power.
It's so crazy because every woman on this panel, besides the woman that had boys for children, thought that women were just pretty much admitted that they believe that women are superior. And the truth of the matter is, if you want to run the world, it comes with a lot more responsibility than just the cushy CEO and politician jobs. It comes with the fact that not only do you get to sit in your roller chair and complain about the AC and complain that you're not the CEO because the man is oppressing you, but you're not thinking about the guy that lost his fingers trying to build the chair that you get to sit on. Right? You're not talking about the guys that are in the factories doing all the hard labor. You're just talking about the cushy office jobs that you think run the world. What about logistics? 84% of truck drivers are men. If without those men doing those jobs, I mean, your logistics are all gone. All of that stuff you get, your Lululemon leggings and your keto drinks and your vegan whatever smoothies, none of that stuff gets there without that 84% of men that are truck drivers. So if you want to run the world as women, you have a lot more work to do than just thinking that you need offices in politics. If you truly want to run the world, you have to run the infrastructure. And the truth of the matter is a lot of women just don't want to do that. A lot of women just want to sit down and say, I just want to get to the top, but not understand how blessed they are to not have to be at the bottom as well. And there are so many more men at the bottom than there are at the top that is just kind of crazy to even talk about. So when statements are made like this, I just think privilege. I just think privilege because you don't truly know what it takes to actually quote unquote run the world.
Hey guys, here's part 2 of me attacking my husband. I took some self-defense lessons this morning and I think I can take them. Hey babe, you want to see what I learned in defense class today?
No.
Why not? You a pussy?
What are you recording for?
Don't worry about it, come on.
Oh my fucking god.
You ready?
Whatever. How you gonna get my money back?
Y'all gotta stop watching these movies, man. And I just, for women, self-defense is just a tough one. Self-defense is a tough one because if a man initiates the contact, there's not much you can do. Sure, you can have a gun, but if there's a man that's 100 more pounds than you and he's ragdolling you, the chances that you get to that gun or that taser that you want is just unlikely. If there's one thing that I think is a little bit more effective, because tasers, you have to be within a close enough distance for that man to grab you in the first place. And if you're already in that close enough distance as a woman, you're in trouble. So I think pepper spray is a much better alternative than a taser. If someone touches you when you're tasing them, you can also get shocked. Right, so I just don't think that a taser is really a viable decision, especially when you consider that most women are shorter than men. So if you're within arm's reach, he's probably within arm's reach, and he's probably already grabbed you by that point. So if you shock him, it's gonna go through your body too, so you're gonna get shocked too. But even that's something you have to get to in time to be responsive enough to actually use. So a lot of self-defense stuff for women is just a bunch of BS, man. There's a guy that actually wants to hurt you as a woman. Unfortunately, the best thing you can do is have a guy with you that'll help you protect yourself, because it's just not much you can do. And that, I mean, it kind of goes for men too. We'll stand a better chance of defending ourselves in terms of hand-to-hand, so just because we're a little bigger and stronger. But if you're a woman, man, that's tough. It ain't much you can really do. Them self-defense classes is almost complete BS for women. But till next time.